Good morning, this is Rise and Save. Right now we are in a home series. Interest rates just dropped, so we wanted to bring in a series of experts to help you better understand what this means for you. And today's topic is about refinancing. So we have Nick Dotson back in from STCU with us. Good morning, thanks for being here.
Yeah, good morning, Tim.
Okay, so refinancing, let's just start with the basics. What is refinancing?
Yeah, so refinancing is when you already have a home loan and for one reason or another, you're going to pay off that current home loan with another loan. And there's a lot of different reasons why you might want to do that. One of them being lowering your interest rate or lowering your monthly payment. One might be to take advantage of the equity in your home. And just to give a quick definition of equity, that's basically the value of your home minus the amount of the loan. So say you have a home that's worth $300,000, you have a loan that's $200,000, you have $100,000 in equity in that home that you can take advantage of.
And you could get a HELOC, a home equity line of credit.
Sure.
Tell folks about what the HELOC is and when would be the appropriate time to use a HELOC and what could you use it for?
Yeah, so a HELOC specifically takes advantage of that equity in your home and sits alongside that first mortgage that you have. So you might want to use a HELOC to do home improvements.
Sure.
Maybe you have some credit card debt that's racked up. You could use it to consolidate that and pay a lower interest rate. Yeah, all sorts of reasons, but really you can use it for any purpose you want.
Sure. And when does it make sense to actually think about refinancing? Like you're looking at your interest rate and you're like, okay, I'm maybe near where current rates are. Would that still be a good time, or is there really like a threshold where you should be like, okay, this would be a more appropriate time to refinance?
Yeah, you really have to know what your desire is, and is that to lower your monthly payment? Is that to pay off some bills?
Sure.
Or do you have some projects around the house? So once you know your purpose, you know your why, then you'll know if it makes sense financially for you. If interest rates are the same and your goal is to simply get a lower payment, then maybe it's not the right time because it's not going to lower your payment enough. Because refinancing does cost money. There are closing costs, and so you have to weigh out the cost of doing a refinance versus the benefit.
What's the most common question you get about refinancing?
Yeah, how low are the interest rates?
Okay.
Most people want to lower that interest rate. Over the last few years, we've been in a market where interest rates have been a little bit higher, and so everybody's waiting for that rate to come down so that they can lower their payment.
So rates did come down. Do you think you'll start to see a lot of refinances coming in now?
Yeah, and they have ticked up a little bit. We've seen more refinances over the last few months than we have in the previous few years. And it's anticipated that rates might come down even a little bit more this year. So we're expecting to see a few more refinances this year.
You and I were joking before the segment started, you know, we want to keep it kind of at a 101 level because this can be complicated stuff, but you've been doing this for a long time. So how can folks get more information if they have questions about refinancing?
Yeah, you can look us up online at stcu.org, and we have a lot of resources there on our website.
All right, Nick, thanks so much for being here. Again, we will have much more on our home series through our Rise and Save segment.